What's great? Let me do it. Yo,
Yo,
what's going on, my boy?
what up? What up?
Man, we gotta talk, but we got a lot to talk about tonight, man. Bruh, I know there's something wrong with my picture, my video. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. But we're gonna be all right. We're gonna run anyways because we got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about. WrestleMania. What is your thoughts about it? I think it's probably one of the best WrestleMania I've seen in a couple of years.
Hey,
Uh,
I'm not gonna hold you. I just finished watching it, and that's when I seen your text.
night one to night two. I think maybe one or two matches I'm not pleased of, but the rest of the card, I think it was magnifique perfect. Um, let's start with night one. I think, in my opinion, I know there's a lot of people who hate me for this, but I really think the most underwhelming match of night one was the world title match between Gunther and Jey Uso. Why? We all knew Gunther was gonna lose. We all knew Gunther was 3-0 against Jey Uso going into the match. We all knew the build up to the match. We all knew Jey was gonna win. And a lot of people was just liking the outcome of the match already. So it's like I want to get your opinion. What was your thoughts on Jay winning the title? Did you see that coming? Do you think it was already paid on the wall for him to win? Are you happy about him winning? What's your thoughts?
I mean, I like Jake. I'm gonna say that because Florida resident. 850,
Come on
big
now.
guy. 850. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always root for Jay and Jimmy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I kind of figured he was gonna win. Like you said, they had him beat him 3 times in a row already. So you
Right.
could kind of see the writing on the wall that he was gonna pick it up at WrestleMania.
It's just kind of disappointing. I'm not disappointed with the match. The match was great, but we all knew Jay was gonna win. We all knew it was a pain in the wall for Jay to win. He started off as the right hand man to the tribal chief. He went on to win the Intercontinental Champion. Won it for like a what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before he lost to Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Then he won the Royal Rumble.
That
That
was
was
the
a
one
good.
I was disappointed about the
I want to see him to win it.
dropping the IC
Oh yeah, I see. I mean,
because
his
I'm
first
like,
single
what
title.
was the point of having to win it if you're just gonna have to
Well,
drop it
well,
2 weeks
it
later?
was because a lot of people was kind of pissed off how you dropped your first title, but you was built to win the world title for the longest. So my point is, if you're gonna win the IC, just run it for a few months and then worry about the
Right.
world title after you drop it. But the fact that you dropped it and then you win the world title, what, 6 months later? What's the point of the IC title then? What's the point of having that in your record in the first place? It's like I don't know. Maybe it's kind of filler. I don't know. That was kind of pointless right there. But all in all, good match. I give it about a B plus on my radar. I think they're a good B plus. Predictable, but B plus. I love his entrance. Probably one of my favorite entrances of the whole WrestleMania because he always come out with some pizzazz. My opinion, he probably had the best entrance of WrestleMania this year.
Now,
No
yeah,
offense.
we're gonna talk about interests. What my dog Self did.
Oh,
Self had a had
we'll
a
get to that.
fire interest.
We'll get to that match in a little bit. I promise you, because that's the best match. In my opinion, from the top to the bottom, I think that was the best match in the whole WrestleMania. In my opinion. Um, Look at that. So, what would you grade Jay versus Gunther's match?
I give it a solid B.
B. Okay. So now we're going to the next match. I believe the next match was who was the next match? It was it Naomi versus Jade? I
I
think it
mean,
was
we can.
Naomi versus
I
Jade.
don't know if that was the nation, but we sure can talk about it though.
Uh, Two beautiful black women. Oh my god, sexy. Hey man, hey man, hey listen, we some grown men, and we're gonna be growing about this. That's a beautiful work of art happening that night, that match, bro. But we already knew that match was one sided already. Jade built like a truck, but still sexy as hell. Naomi, you were just feeding to the wolves, sis. I mean, you had no chance of winning that match. Going
Yeah,
into
we
it,
already knew that was coming. Yeah,
well,
because how that
that was a very
storyline was set up.
predictable match, but I'm glad that Jay finally got her WrestleMania moment, and so did Naomi. I mean, Naomi had a singles match at WrestleMania in how long? So both of them got a WrestleMania moment. Really, Jade. I think it's a coming out party for Jade. I think next is going to be probably a beef between Jade and Bianca.
What, Bianca?
I think so
And see, I
because
want them to get back cool because when
well,
they was
she might
together, that tag team run they had.
that was a good tag team. But I think you know what's gonna happen. Jay will get mad at Bianca for choosing Naomi when she got knocked down. I think she's gonna carry that into a beef with Bianca. Cause we already knew. Remember when they had that WrestleMania match last year with Naomi on the team?
Mhm.
Build up was supposed to happen for them two to have a match at WrestleMania this year. But they try to flip the script and throw Naomi in as a wrench, saying that, they try to do the Rikishi Stone Cold Steve Austin bit. Who ran over
Yeah,
Stone Cold with the car? So now you have who threw Jane Cargill off the ramp onto a car. So we thinking it's Liv Morgan. Everybody thought Liv Morgan for the longest.
yeah.
And
People started saying Bianca. I was like, Bianca was
people
having
said
a match when it
Bianca,
happened.
and she was in
I'm
the
like,
match.
how was the
So
hell she was in the
we
match?
we was all because Stone Cold was looking at Lance Storm and all the boys back in the day as culprits. But lo and behold, it was Rikishi who did it, who was paid by Stone by Triple H to do it. So what was Naomi's motive? Maybe they wanted to know where Jay was. Naomi hasn't been relevant since she been back up until WrestleMania for last year. So she wanted some relativity. So why not with the EST? And then in order to do that, you hand out Jade out because Jade was a tag team champion with Bianca. So I'll give that match a solid B as well. One sided, but the reason I give it a B, two sexy black women fighting. I mean, you can't even pass that up. I'll give it a solid B based off the sexiness of them fighting and Jay having her WrestleMania moment. I'll give it a solid B, maybe a C plus.
I give it a B.
B,
Yeah, I'm gonna
B,
give it a B.
B for black is beautiful. Next match we'll talk about a match I'm kind of pissed off about because I really wanted Big E to interfere was the World Tag Team title match between the Viking, well, not the Viking Raiders, but the War Raiders defending
Raging
titles against the
and New
New
Day.
Day. So, what are your thoughts on this match? I love the New Day's new theme. I'm glad they finally embracing the heel. I love the theme song, and
And
I
you know
love
what's
the
crazy?
what's that?
I didn't even know that was a match until I seen it pop up. I was like, wait, I
I
didn't know that
forgot
was
the
a match.
match was gonna happen. I found out the night before on Friday. I said, wait, because the New Day won a number one contendership match last 2 weeks ago, and they put the ticket to WrestleMania. So my thing is though, you have the New Day, no Big E for the first time in a WrestleMania match in how long? So a long time. So I thought I thought Big E was gonna screw the New Day in that title match. I was thinking, let's go monkey wrench. You can't Big E up the New Day, Big E's revenge, costing the title match, bada bing, bada boom. But Big E, I don't think he's not clear to be in a wrestling match yet. So that'll probably be detrimental to his neck. So I figured that was gonna happen. But good match. New Day find a way to cheat as usual. Kudos to them to win their 12th championship. I'm gonna give that match a solid C, C plus. Congratulations, New Day winning, but underwhelming match nonetheless.
I'm
It's
gonna give
probably
it a.
the worst.
I'm gonna give it a
What?
C just because of the marketing behind it. Like even like if you go on Twitter right now, they still didn't show much of that match. Like
It was underwhelming. It was underwhelmingly advertised. There we go. And it was sad because New Day, 12,
right,
11-time tag team champions, the War Raiders, the World Tag Team champions. This title match was probably the most underwhelming title match besides the World title match between Gunther and Jey Uso. I think it's the worst title match on the card, in my opinion. But I love the New Day's new theme song. I love their get up. Their get up was hard. I ain't gonna lie. It was hard. But I think we both agree on about an average C for the New Day title match win over the War Raiders. Let's talk about this match, probably the worst of the whole WrestleMania. Ray Phoenix versus El Grande Americano. Let's talk about that.
man, I didn't
Everybody's
even
talking
watch it.
about
I
it.
didn't even watch it.
We all know it's Chad Gable as El Grande Americano. You can't prove me
What?
otherwise. I'll be shocked if it's not Chad Gable. I
No,
hate this.
what?
I
Nah,
hate.
man, it ain't Chad Gable, man. That's
Man,
El Grande Americano, man.
we'll
Not
go with
Chad
that.
Gable.
Yeah,
That's not
let's
Chad
go there.
Gable, bro.
Yeah, that's not Chad. That's El Grande. Then
It's El Grande, man.
when they said the Gulf of America, I
The
died
Gulf of
laughing.
the Gulf of
The,
America, man.
the Gulf of America.
That's what your boy Trump said, bro.
The Gulf of America was hilarious. The Gulf of, I mean, when they announced the Gulf of America, that's crazy. So we're thinking Rey Mysterio about to go against but for those who didn't watch SmackDown on Friday night, Rey got hurt in their 6-man tag team match.
Yep.
So Ray Phoenix on in Luchador fashion. He wants to honor Rey Mysterio in fighting for him. In that match, it showed the potential of Ray Phoenix as a future luchador. I think he's a second best luchador. Well, Rey Mysterio, he still wrestles, but he's kind of part time. So out of him and Penta, I love Penta over Ray Phoenix any day. Penta is gonna be him. Penta is him. I love Penta. No offense, Ray Phoenix, but uh, of course, Grande America got the win. Kind of undervalued match. I'm gonna give that a C minus, a D plus. Match was quick, uneventful, and kind of lackluster. Going.
Yeah,
I love the story behind it, but the match was lackluster. I'm gonna say a C. I'm gonna say a D plus.
I'm gonna give it a C minus because I feel like Ray actually got hurt, like real life got hurt,
Yeah, he really got hurt,
and
man.
they
There's no
probably
doubt
just had
about
to
that.
throw something together in the in the day before it. That's
I
probably
ain't
why
gonna.
it looked like that. That's probably.
Now, let me ask you a question. If you was Rey Mysterio, who would you have chose to represent him? Him or Dragon Lee?
I mean, yeah,
I'd rather go with Ray Phoenix. He's a new
but yeah,
guy.
I'll probably go Ray Phoenix.
I mean, Dragon Lee already had his
Give him a
chance. And
push.
yeah, give him some kind of momentum. They're gonna have this match between Rey Mysterio and El Grande Americano sooner or later. But I think it's gonna be a mask versus mask match. And here's my prediction. I think it's gonna be Ray's mask, and if he don't give him his mask, he has to retire for good. I think it's gonna be Ray's mask versus El Grande Americano mask, and that's the night Americano will get unmasked that night. So we have mask versus mask match. That's my opinion. I've been right so far about WrestleMania tonight, but we'll continue going. Next match we're going to talk about is Tiffany Stratton defending the Women's World Title against Charlotte Flair. What was your
I'm
thoughts on that
so
match?
glad Tiffany won. I'm so sick of Charlotte Flair. She needs to
I
go retire.
I
I'm sick
mean,
of seeing her.
I'm with you. You're right, man. Going into this match, I knew Charlotte was gonna choose Tiffany because Tiffany is a more. Not saying she's more. She's very prettier than Charlotte by less. Not even close. She's
No,
very
because
athletic.
you got remember she was looking at Rhea too. She
Yeah,
knows
she was.
she didn't want no problems with Rhea.
I mean, because
She
I
knew
mean,
that.
2 years, 2 years ago at 39 in Cali, Rhea beat Charlotte in 1-on-1. So she want mommy smoke again. But we'll get to Rhea in a little bit. I'm so glad Tiffany won. I agree with you. I think Tiffany with the Barbie interest was pretty cool, pretty unique. Charlotte Flair doing the Ric Flair esque interest. She tried to I ain't gonna lie, she low key copied LA Knight's Stilo for using the car entrance. That's kind of played. We'll get to his match next. I'm glad Tiffany won, and I'm glad she won clean. I'm gonna give this match a minus. The fact that Tiffany she finally got over the hump of Charlotte Flair's shadow, because people say she can't really wrestle, and they say, "Oh, Charlotte's gonna about the floor with her," but really, Tiffany really took it to Charlotte. Now people say, "Oh, Charlotte had a knee injury; she wasn't 100%." I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that. I don't want to excuse. Tiffany can wrestle. Tiffany proved this is NXT, and she can prove it now. And I'm very proud of her world title run. So I'm gonna give this A minus.
I'm gonna give it a B just because Charlotte Flair was in it.
You know, like Charlotte. Who would
I
you want to
really don't like
face?
Charlotte Flair.
Who would you rather Tiffany Stratton face at WrestleMania? Who would you want to face her if you had a
I'm
choice?
like, if we're gonna bring back old people, like you could have brought back a Mickey James, you could have brought back a Trish, like
Mm.
you
They
could have
brought
had a
Trish back
fighting Trish.
last year
I'm saying,
with the whole Becky Lynch feud.
yeah, you could have
Uh,
like it's
it's
different ways you do it. Instead of sitting here trying to force feed Charlotte down our throat. Charlotte's been
yeah,
around for over what over 10,
almost
15, two
almost two
decades
decades,
now,
almost two
and,
decades. Yeah.
and still hasn't got like she still's not over with like the with the fans.
I no, it's not two
Everybody,
decades. She been in for
I'm
definitely a
probably,
decade.
I'm probably
Definitely a
like it's at
decade.
least over
At
10.
least a
At lea-
decade because
Either way, it's over 10, and she still
yeah.
doesn't have a like they keep pushing her, and then she's still not over with the fans. People still like, why is she here?
Well, three of the four horsewomen, original horsewomen, compete at WrestleMania this year because Bailey got hurt, and then we'll get the Becky Lynch stepping in
Yeah,
at
got Becky
WrestleMania
Lynch up
tonight.
here.
That was clutch. Um, let's go to LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the U.S. title. What is your
Nice.
thoughts on?
Yeah.
I'm happy Jacob Fatu won. Low key, I'm kind of sick and tired of LA Knight. I love
I,
LA
w-
Knight. I mean, go ahead.
I honestly did not expect Jacob Fatu to win.
You
I thought
did.
it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be LA Knight. I love
I,
everything about LA Knight.
I love LA Knight, and I
What the
wanted him to
people
win.
saying? Damn,
LA
Knight.
Knight,
Yeah,
yeah. Now here's
yeah,
the thing: they're really pushing Jacob Fatu to get to be for main event push. I think what's
yeah. I
gonna
see
happen
that.
next. I think LA Knight's getting a rematch at Backlash, but I think it's gonna be a feud down between him and Solo for the U.S. title.
Mm,
I think it's gonna be a build up for Solo for Jacob Fatu breaking away from the bloodline and becoming his own man and going in a feud with Solo Sikoa.
When we
And
get to the other match from that night
we're going to
with
that
his cousin,
next. We're
I'm
going
talking
to
with
that
his cousin.
next.
Cause that guy
Yes,
said, I want to know
we got a lot to talk about.
with that
And we're
family how stuff gonna look now.
So now I'm gonna give that match a pretty good, solid B plus. I think the match was a little too quick. I think the match was a little quick. Um, but that double moonsault, man, that nigga's athletic, bro.
Hey,
I
boy,
mean, Black Man's a freak. I mean,
him him and Braun Breaker, I'll be looking at him
my
like Jesus
goodness.
Christ.
Some of the stuff they do is like unhuman like. This man went up in there two springboard moves off the top rope in simultaneously fashion. I mean, I love LA Knight. I'm just tired of him being as a mid card. He's a better mid card at. He's way better as a mid card, in my opinion. Um, but I think they got bigger plans for LA Knight, and I hope he has will get a shot at the world title down the line, and we'll get to the world title eventually. But I'm gonna give this a solid B plus. I think it could have been A if the match was a little bit longer, but I'm gonna give it a B plus because I'm happy for Jacob Fatu finally getting his main event, his WrestleMania moment because last year LA Knight got his WrestleMania moment by beating AJ Styles last year. So I'm gonna give this match a B plus, uh, due to the fact that Jacob Fatu got his WrestleMania moment, and be on the lookout for this Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu rivalry that's about to happen. That's my another prediction. I made two predictions so far in this video. I had I had Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa having their beef soon for the U.S. title, and then I also predicted that be on the lookout for. I made another prediction. Don't be surprised if Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso go back and forth with it for this world title because now Jimmy Uso has not even had a singles title push. Do you see Jimmy once again feuding with Jay for the world title strap? Well, then we'll see. So there's a couple things that happen out the rest of Mania. One thing we're gonna talk about next. Oh yeah, DJ, What's your grading for the U.S. title match?
Oh man, I'm gonna give it an A minus.
A minus. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the best. I think the that's who has the better movesaw, Jacob Fatu or Tiffany Stratton?
I'm gonna say 5 too, just because how big he is. Like that's ridiculous.
That man did
That is ridiculous.
to do a springboard moonsault at he's about he's 250, 260, bro. And he's just springboarding thing like a fly. It's crazy, guy. Crazy. Um, Now it's time for the main event for night one. The triple threat match that Seth Rollins called the match that could define wrestling history. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk with Paul Heyman in his corner and the OTC Roman Reigns. And to start the match, A plus already for Seth Rollins' interest. My goodness.
Hey,
This man
that
knows how to do with
entrance.
interest, man.
I always say he is. I don't get breath. When he
He's
call
probably the
himself
best entrances, bro.
a, a fashion icon, but hey, he's clean every time I see him. That entrance
That man is a
from the
fashionista
black
for a man, bro.
and from the all black to the all white coming out with the flamethrower, I said, okay, he on one.
Buddy is on one. When he did that, bro, they switched to all white. He was on go then. But my favorite interest though was when CM Punk had
Oh,
living
the
color
montage.
state. It was CM Punk did his living color.
Did you see the
Uh
montage he put out right before it?
yes, I did. I did. I love how they did Roman Reigns' father in the background when he was walking down the aisle. R.I.P. to Roman Reigns' dad who died, I think last year or this year, one or two. But the match itself was a classic. Classic. Definitely A plus plus. If I had to get two pluses, I give it A plus plus. This was the best match on paper, not only for night one, but I think for the entire WrestleMania card. For it to be a main event, it was definitely better than John Cena and Cody Rhodes match. Even though you added Travis Scott, I wish I could see The Rock in that match. Well, we knew that was going to happen, but we had a little bit. I love the main event. Great match from start to finish. When Seth Rollins said Paul Heyman owed him a favor, I did not know it would go full effect the way it did in that
Yeah, I didn't
match,
either.
bro. I didn't
I didn't
expect
either.
that at all. When the fact he screwed over CM Punk for, because we already know he did it before with Brock Lesnar. He screwed over CM Punk years ago, so we knew he was going to screw him over again. I did not even expect to screw over the OTC. And they got 5 years of history. The last 5 years, Roman Reigns was the most dominant superstar in WWE. For him to screw him over is like you had a gas of fresh air. It's like for one, the bloodline is finally over. There is a whole bloodline chapter
Right.
with Paul Heyman, the last domino gone. Now, someone put on Twitter, it was the funniest thing. Three things will happen in life: death, taxes, and Seth Rollins beating Roman Reigns with a chair from behind the back. When I saw that, I died laughing. Because once again, Roman Reigns was foiled by Seth Rollins with a steel chair to the back. And it's like, if you watch the ending of that match, you should see the disappointment and the despair of both CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I mean, you look at the end of the match with Seth Rollins leaving the arena with Paul Heyman next to him, and you see Roman Reigns leaving the arena looking like he lost his best friend, and CM Punk just for one, he was disappointed by Paul Heyman betraying him, but him embracing the main event scene for the first time in his career was a treat to watch. So I'm giving this match an A plus plus. I'm giving the match A plus plus. What a match! What a main event for night one.
I'm with you. That was the best match of all the
that
WrestleMania.
that's the best match of WrestleMania 41. I'm
Hey,
excited,
to Roman jumping over the barricade,
but people forget how athletic Roman Reigns really
like,
is.
jeez.
For a guy who dealt with cancer, it is moving like that, and he's in his late 30s, bruh. You have to be superhuman to do that. To deal with cancer, still have cancer in your body, to be in your late 30s, still moving like that. Hey, but Roman Reigns is my favorite wrestler right now. WWE. That's been my favorite wrestler for a while, but he's him. Seth Rollins, even with a bad back, the match he performed. Seth Rollins is why he's a workhorse champion. I love Seth Rollins' energy. I didn't like him as a heel, but I love his Seth freaking Rollins persona. I love it, especially with his drip. He has the best drip in WWE. Between him and Jay Uso have the best drip in WWE when it comes to men. Um, Now we shift gears to night two. How can you outdo night one? Right? How can you outdo night one? So the first match of night two, I believe it was what was the first match of night of tonight? It was, don't let me lie to y'all. I'm getting old. The first match of night two, I believe it was, no, it wasn't AJ Styles and Logan Paul. I believe it was the women's triple threat match. That's what it was. No one, no, it was not. I'm lying. The first match of night two was, if I remember, um, the match one night.
Mm-mm. What was the first match? 'Cause who was before Randy? I think Randy had the second match. Yup. You realize you just came back? Yeah, you was quiet. What match? Oh, real. Oh, that was a great match. Yes, I low key did. Yeah, because think about how they had been treating her for all the right. They've been mushing her every time, every chance they got.
That was definitely the first match was Naomi. You said Naomi and Jade. He might be no. I thought Jade and no, he might be right. I think Naomi and Jade was match one for the night because I don't think they rest. No, it was Rhea them. Yeah, it was Rhea them. Yeah, the Jade them fought last night. So thank you, Marcus, for telling me that. So I really want Bianca to win. I want Bianca to win because Rhea just had the championship twice in the last 6 months. And
And,
go ahead.
and see, the thing with me is, I knew they wasn't gonna give it to Bianca. I was like, it's either gonna go back to Rio or Io's gonna keep it.
Yeah, I think we'll go back to Rhea. That was the last person I expected to win. But it was a
And
great
see, for me, it
match.
was Bianca. Bianca was the last person I expected.
Yeah. Oh, you thought Bianca was the last person to get it.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So what would you grade this match?
Oh, it's definitely an A.
Definitely best women's match of the card of the program. I think both all three of those women showed their strengths. Io showed why she is so athletic through the air. Rhea and Bianca both showed why they're some of the strongest women in WWE.
Yeah.
Great match. Don't be
Shoot, speaking of
surprised
that, through the air, the way she finished it, good lord,
that
that
moonsault,
that
bro.
moonsault was beautiful.
But I think the moonsault is just an underrated aerial move. You had Tiffany win with the moonsault, you had Io win with the moonsault, and Jacob Fucker. You know, all three of those moonsaults was for championships. All three moonsaults for championships, and they won with the moonsault, which is crazy. I'm gonna give it an A plus as well. Not a plus plus like the triple threat from last night, but it's right behind the A plus. Now, your thoughts on Randy Orton's mystery opponent? I did not expect this person to be
Hey
the
man,
mystery.
you
I
call his
didn't.
name and he appears.
My boy Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion, pulled up the WrestleMania because you know TNA and WWE has a sponsor, has a teamwork ship. The fact that you see the World Champion TNA on the grandest stage of all, you never ever want to see that under Vince McMahon's leadership. And to see Joey Hendry pull up and how the crowd reacted when his song came up, it was a great feeling. For the match, it kind of reminded me of Seth and Cody's match 3 years ago at WrestleMania. How Seth had to fight his way to WrestleMania, and he was gonna face, and he fought a returning Cody Rhodes. Gives me the same feeling as that match, but it's Randy freaking Orton. I mean, the man's almost 300 pounds now. The man's like 6'4", 280, 290 now. He's built, but he's
Monster.
still he's still he's still can wrestle. So that man's almost 300 pounds. So I give the match a solid B because I mean it's a Legend Killer Randy Orton's 20th WrestleMania match, and then it gives a good WrestleMania moment to not only Joe Hendry but the TNA brand as a whole. So I'm gonna give it a solid B for that.
I'm gonna give it a B plus
Ah,
because it's Randy freaking Orton.
that's what I'm saying. The reason I gave it anything more than a B because the Apex Predator, and I've been watching
Hey,
Randy Orton
plus
since 2005.
that finish, Joe
Yeah, but
Hendry
bro,
when he suplexed him, stood up, got the
yes,
crowd into it, and then the way the camera had set up to show his face when he turned around, and then Randy Orton just literally out of nowhere flashed the screen, hit him with RKO. I'm like, okay,
man,
that's peak.
not
That is peak.
once. But even after the match, he caught an
After the
RKO.
patch, caught him with
And
another one.
it's like, bro, he is my favorite wrestler. You know, I love John Cena as a wrestler. He's my favorite wrestler from that class that you had Randy Orton, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Dave Batista coming from Ohio Valley Wrestling. So,
Hey, because bald head '09 Randy was a menace.
punch to the head, bruh. Kissing Stephanie May when she got RKO. That was a vicious Randy Orton and the most deadly Randy Orton. Um, let's shift gears to AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
I didn't
Underwhelmed.
watch it. I don't like neither one of them guys.
Underwhelming. I like AJ Styles.
You know I don't like
Underwhelmed.
AJ Styles.
I know you don't, but I've been
I
following
can't
AJ
stand AJ
Styles.
Styles. So
I I've been following AJ Styles since 2008, since TNA. I mean, he's AJ Styles fan. I am disappointed he had to put this clown Logan Paul over. This what pisses me off. Logan Paul is a good, he's a solid wrestler, but he is, I hate him. And he's a strong word. You hate AJ Styles. I can't stand Logan Paul. When Logan Paul beat Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title back in Saudi Arabia, I was pissed because I didn't want Rey Mysterio to lose, but he lost. But Logan Paul put, prestige back in the U.S. title during his title reign. I was hoping LA Knight finally beat him at SummerSlam, but I'm pissed off that man Karrion Cross is always screwing that man AJ Styles over. Karrion Cross always sells AJ Styles.
thank you, Cross.
I know you're happy to hear that. I'm gonna give that match a C. Kind of average. Nothing too spectacular. Nothing too major. Only thing was Karrion Cross put the Brian Knuckles and expected, AJ Styles to be the villain or the hero. Kind of the same way how Cody Rhodes was
Yeah,
put in the same predicament as John Cena told him either be the hero or the villain. So I think this loss gonna turn Cody Rhodes to a heel. Who knows? Uh, we're gonna go to. I'm gonna give it a C for AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I know you're gonna give it an F because you don't like either one of
F
them. you don't,
minus,
you don't like either one of us. I know you're gonna see that. So let's
negative
get.
F minus.
So we're gonna go to. Okay, so we got those three matches out the way. We're gonna go to the Sin City Street Fight. Damian Priest, aka the Team Undertaker, going on against the Swiss Cyborg, Drew McIntyre, and I love Drew McIntyre's entrance every time he goes to WrestleMania. He look like he's going to fight for all Scotland, bro. Every time he gets ready for WrestleMania, and I'm
And
so
see,
glad he. Go ahead.
that ending surprised me. I thought
Priest is gonna
Damien was
win.
gonna win. Yeah,
I think the push for Damian Priest is over with because they pushed him to the world champion. They did that. They pushed him that feud against the Judgment Day with Rhea Ripley. They try to push him to win the Royal Rumble. That ain't work. They try to push him to win the Elimination Chamber. That ain't work. So I think they're slowly trying to go back to a Drew McIntyre's way. And I'm glad
and
Drew
see,
McIntyre went.
but the same way you say that, but it ain't working. What about Drew McIntyre? How many times has he lost?
Yeah, that's true too. So it's
And
like, who's
then
gonna finally
I
get one
had that
over?
effect of how they did Jay with Gunther. How Gunther had
Right.
whooped him.
That's a good. That's a good.
I thought it was gonna be the same thing. Drew had to whoop Damien so many times. I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna
Dave's
be
gonna get the
Damien.
win.
Yeah.
Right. And Jay lost three times in a row, and it's like they better have a fourth straight loss. So um, yeah, I'm gonna give it a I'm gonna give it a I'm gonna give it an average C minus. I wasn't really too thrilled with the match. I'm glad Damian won because I'm kind of tired of Damian Priest. He looked like a discount Undertaker because his South to Heaven's choke slam looks like the Undertaker's choke slam, and his I don't know what's the other move.
He does the old school.
Yeah, he's an old
The
school
old school.
wrestler.
No, I'm
He's
saying
old.
that's the name of the move, the old school, when he go on top of the rope.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah,
He got his hand, he go on top of the rope and come down on him.
man, to be 6'11" to do what he does, man, that man's gifted, man. No nose to the sky. We're missing one more match before the main event. And what match is that?
Uh,
We're missing one more match, and that was
cause we said triple threat, we said damn.
we said
Who we
that.
missing?
Marcus, help me out. Which match we're missing before the main event? Um, the Fatal Four Way. The Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker, Penta, Dominic
Hey,
Mysterio. Hey,
that was
that's
a
an A
good
plus.
match.
That's an A plus.
That was a
Because
great match.
I called it when this match became
Jesus
official.
Christ.
I knew
Boy, you should have
Dirty.
just seen his three courages hit. Oh, Jesus.
I called this match when this match became official. I said Dirty Dog gonna win. I said Dirty Dog gonna finally give him a championship individual for his own. And I think this gonna cause him to be the new leader of Judgment Day while they kick out Finn Balor. I caught this,
and
and look what happened.
I thought Breaker was gonna win again, so he was
And
gonna retain it.
I think that I do Baker's gonna lose it because they're gonna try to push him to be the world champion next. How they did go through WrestleMania last year when he lost to Sami Zayn, and how he became world champion sometime that same year. It's gonna happen to Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker is gonna get Jey Uso again, and he'll become the new world champion. That's my. I don't think Jey Uso gonna hold it for a full year. I think he's gonna hold it for like 6 months. He's gonna drop it to either Braun Breaker or some other young superstar. But Randy Orton's getting his 15th championship. He's getting his 15th. And I think he's gonna get it by beating John Cena and making him go to retirement. That's the I think he's gonna drop that to Randy Orton. And it's gonna be Cody versus Randy Orton again.
And because
This
you know, which that made sense if he goes over there and whoops John Cena, because you know that whole thing was Cody didn't want to be the bad guy. He wanted to do the things the right way. You know
right,
who has no problem with being the bad guy right now?
John Cena,
No, I'm saying right now, Randy Orton.
Randy
He's
Orton,
hearing the voices again.
and then they get
No
louder,
problem.
they get louder and louder by the day. So I think that's gonna happen. This fatal four way, the spear Braun Breaker did right off that table into Carlito was crazy.
That was crazy. And another one,
Crazy.
when he dove into Penta
Man.
outside the ring, and he jumped basically the
Man.
whole length of the ring. I'm like, jeez,
That man
Louise.
just built different. He's just built different. I could tell you this, and I'll tell you this one thing. Penta's getting a title push. Penta's gonna face Dominic Mysterio sooner or later down the line, and he gonna drop that title to Penta.
I need to watch more Penta because right now I still don't see what's the hype.
I really love Penta's game. I really do. I really do. Uh,
I need to watch more of them.
I'm glad that Finn Balor did not win. I think it's gonna cause with Dominic Mysterio now the new champion in the locker room. He's gonna be the new leader of Judgment Day. I think he's gonna boot Finn Balor out, and then Finn Balor gonna turn face. That's my opinion. This match is an A plus. At worst, A minus. It's definitely a fatal four
It
way.
was definitely an A plus match. It's the way it
It's
ended.
definitely a plus
Hit
match.
him with a
Yes. Coup de grace
hit
in
him
there.
with the coup de grace. Then he comes in. Dominic
What a
comes off the top
what a
rope with a
what a
splash.
splash. Yeah, man.
Nice match. But
There. So now,
man, I'm waiting on Finn to bring the demon back.
man, it's coming. It's coming for sure. And it's time for the last match of WrestleMania 41. John Cena's final WrestleMania. I mean, his interest was
Eh.
just his name in lights and then black. That's it.
Black. That's it.
He didn't give no color. He was he was on Hulkamania NWO swag. He was not feeling the fans at all. Now, Cody Rhodes' interest, I love the Iron Man version of his mask. That was tough.
Yeah, that was tough.
That was tough. But the rest of his interest
I'm
wasn't all that.
trembling, about to blow.
I wasn't impressed outside the mask. The dirt bikes was kind of corny because they didn't just ride around in circles. But I love Cody Rhodes' interest, his head, his mask, and I love his ring gear. I love his wrestling coat and his pants. The match was really good, but
I love his look. His look is
yeah, I
like
love his
perfection.
I love his look. I love it. I love his fit too. But my favorite move in the match was John Cena turn back the clock and hit an avalanche AA off the top rope. I said, this man is certain John Cena from 10 years ago.
Hey,
This
my favorite move is when Travis Scott got hit with a crossroads.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I knew that was coming. But that match was real good. It's not an A plus, but I'll give it a solid B plus because we all knew Cena was gonna win. That's another match everybody knew was gonna win. We knew Cody was gonna lose. We knew Cody was gonna drop it. Because Cody been champion for almost 400 days now. And people was tired of Cody. People was kind of getting old of Cody holding a championship. So they said either Cena gonna hit 17 or we're gonna see more Cody Rhodes being the undisputed champion. So the thing that changed the match was when John Cena made that man choose between being the good guy and the bad guy. And when he tried to be the good guy, that cost him. And that might force Cody Rhodes to turn heel. Uh, John Cena capitalized, hit a championship across the dome piece, and 1, 2, 3, 17-time world champion. Now here's the thing I thought was gonna happen. For those who follow Ric Flair said 2 months ago that if John Cena is in a match for the world championship, he personally is gonna stop John Cena from breaking his record. He said he's gonna be at WrestleMania and make sure John Cena wins his 17th championship. We all knew that was a bunch of crap because Ric Flair's almost 90 years old. And he was not gonna start on John Cena for winning 17 times. It was written in stone. So John Cena has the most championships all time WWE history, World Championships wise. But the funny thing, he's never won the IC strap. He never won the IC strap, so he's not even a Grand Slam champion. That's something he has not done yet. He's won the U.S. Championship on multiple occasions. He's won the World Tag Team Championship, the Tag Team Championship, the WWE Championship, and the World Heavyweight Championship. But he has never won the IC strap. So even when John Cena do retire the 17-time champion, he will never be considered a grand champion unless he win the IC strap. That's the only championship that's eluded him in his entire career. Randy Orton was a Grand Slam champion. Batista's not a Grand Slam champion. Batista never won the U.S. title or the IC strap. Brock Lesnar not a Grand Slam champion. Brock Lesnar never won the IC or the UC US championship. So the only Grand Slam champion from their class was Randy Orton, and that's why Randy Orton was the best of all of the group. But I'm glad John Cena won to get a 17th championship. Last time he retired his son, dropped the title to Randy Orton his 15th. So we have Cody versus student versus teacher at SummerSlam. That's what's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen at SummerSlam. So I'm gonna give this match a B plus.
I give it a C plus.
He wasn't too thrilled.
It was the worst match of the night.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that it was kind of underwhelming, but I'm glad that John Cena got his 17th, so he can stop bickering and complaining about it.
Hey,
So,
I ain't gonna deny Cena greatness. That's the goat. But,
yeah, of course. Well, they acknowledge tonight that he is the greatest of all time by breaking that record. He did smile and kind of turn back the good John Cena for a second. He won the title until he
yeah, I seen a
smiled
little smile on his face.
until he brought Travis Scott. He forgot he's the douchebag he was.
Now
So to
he smiled at the top of the ramp when he was walking off.
I didn't even see that part. I didn't see
Yeah,
that part. I saw
before
the
he
part.
went to the back, he turned around and smiled a little bit.
And if you watch his post game, he said, "Man, I'm just here so I won't get fined." He pulled a Marshawn Lynch. But it's a great WrestleMania as a whole. WrestleMania 40 was in the books. Las Vegas, I love the atmosphere, but I don't like the stage. The stage kind of reminds me of a mixture of WrestleMania 39, not WrestleMania, last year WrestleMania stage, and the tower. The tower reminds me of WrestleMania 24 from Orlando. Uh, all in all, I'll give WrestleMania a B plus as an overall score. I think WrestleMania 41 is a B plus. They may have three underachieving matches and two more championship matches, but all in all, that the two triple threat match and the fatal four way carried the night, carried the weekend. I already think so. I think those two triple threats and the fatal four way carried the weekend, in my opinion. Because all three of those matches I just named were definitely A plus category matches. I have to say.
Yeah,
What you get?
overall, I'm giving WrestleMania. I give it a B plus.
B plus as well.
Yeah,
So,
because the first night it was all the matches was and then the final match was the best one, and this one, yes sir, Jimmy, nice dunk. Gotta seal it.
all
That
the other
ice the
matches,
game.
all
My bad.
all
I'm still watching the Warriors.
all the other matches was like
Yeah,
it's
and then
all the
like
matches.
the last match was, okay, this is a
Yeah,
great match, and then tonight it was all the matches were great matches, and then you get to the main event and it's like, eh.
yeah. Well, next year WrestleMania 42 will be in the great city of New Orleans, Louisiana, where I'm gonna try and be at next year because I'm not missing WrestleMania next year. I promise you, I'm not. I think so. We know WrestleMania 40 was in the book. What's gonna happen then going forward for the next 3 months? I think Johnson's gonna drop the strap between now and the summer. I think John Cena finally retires before SummerSlam. I think John Cena's gonna lose the championship to Randy Orton, and then we'll have Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. I think Jey Uso will have the championship for about 6 months. Between now and 6 months, he's gonna drop it to probably Braun Breaker. Um, I think the Jay Cargill and Naomi feud is over with. I think now it's gonna shift gears to Jay versus Bianca. Um, Rhea, she's gonna probably be out the championship picture for a while because she had 3 championship matches in the last 3 months. So I think she's gonna be out the championship picture for a while. And we forgot the tag team championship between Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, and Rhea and Bianca and Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. And that match, besides Becky Lynch returning, I'll give it a C plus. But it wasn't for Becky Lynch returning, that match would be like a C or C minus. Uh, Liv Morgan is still beautiful. Oh my gosh. Liv Morgan is beautiful. Raquel Rodriguez will get it too now. She'll get it too. Um, but all in all, I'm pretty pleased with this year's WrestleMania. I wasn't really disappointed because of the matches. Congratulations to Triple H becoming a Hall of Famer for the second time. Congratulations to Michelle McCool, aka Undertaker's wife, for being a Hall of Famer. Stone Cold Steve Austin being a two-time Hall of Famer. So is Bret Hart for the Immortal uh, induction. We shift gears to next year's WrestleMania in New Orleans, man. We're 364 days away now from next year's WrestleMania because it's officially midnight now. So it's now April 21st, 22nd, I meant, 21st. So we're
Raw is gonna
360.
Raw is gonna be
Uh,
a good show tonight.
Raw's going to be lit. I'm assuming John Cena's going to be there because he's going to be on the Pat McAfee show tomorrow at 12. So I'll be watching that. I would appreciate my good buddy D-Jax for stepping in tonight and helping me review this year's WrestleMania. I have to say, what a show! From the triple threat match from last night to the triple threat matches today and the intercontinental matches, and then all these matches was pretty solid. I think it was like maybe one or two underwhelming ones. Triple H did a great job again doing head of story. I'm ready to see this Jacob Fatu solo beef that's going to happen soon. So I can't wait for Friday Night SmackDown. I can't wait for WrestleMania. Not WrestleMania. Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania on tomorrow night. I'll be doing my TV screen, and I'll be doing another live stream tomorrow. For a live reaction to Monday Night Raw on Netflix. So, GJ, if you're free tomorrow night, come pull up with me. We can do a live reaction to Monday Night Raw on tomorrow night.
All right. I'm gonna let you know one thing though.
What's that?
The fight in Jimmy Butler, they won. Jimmy had 27.7 boards, 6 assists, and 5 steals.
I
Just to
forgot you.
let you,
Yeah.
thought I should let you know that.
Well, thank you for telling me about Jimmy Butler and the Warriors beating the Rockets tonight. I appreciate for that. Appreciate
You know,
everybody tuning in. Hey guys, like and subscribe. We'll see y'all tomorrow night for Raw after WrestleMania, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow night, guys. Peace.